Good morning, welcome back to Kuala Lumpur. Wow, it's my last day in this amazing city.
For the past 2 weeks, I got to explore so many beautiful sights, but now it's time to say goodbye. I'll take you on one last adventure here and share the biggest mistake I made and why I actually have to leave.
And so we just checked out of our condo here next to the KL Central Station, which is actually perfect. So we're just gonna walk around here a little bit. We have a couple of side quests, want to stop by a couple of stores. Here also we have Little India, which is a very vibrant and interesting area. I think it's called Brickfields officially, but it's known as the India in Kuala Lumpur. And this is also one thing that I noticed, like in Kuala Lumpur, you really feel the different areas. It's not like one big city. It's like truly wherever you go, it feels like you're in a different city. And I actually really enjoyed that. So, whew, it's sunny. Putting on some sunscreen. Here we have a school or kindergarten, pretty interesting. We saw from the top of our building, this one, there was like a kindergarten here, a school and a college, and they had a pretty dope basketball court. So here in the area, you have lots of local kids going to school, you know. And here on the left, we have a beautiful Hindu temple. Actually, from our apartment, we saw I believe, a Buddhist temple, and we also checked it out a couple of days ago. So you have a lot of cool temples here in the area. Here you can see again the area where we are. Don't break my suitcase.
Level 8
Yes.
for wheel drive.
360 degrees spinner wheel. We're actually traveling pretty light. We just have one suitcase and one backpack, which is dope, especially because you can stack it on top of each other and it's usually very smooth, other than on this specific road where there's a lot of potholes. But generally I would say the roads here are really dope, and also the pedestrian walks. And you okay? Here you have all of the school buses. Pretty nice. And back there you see the mall where we're going to. Super cute little stands here. They're loading up some trees. It's fun. Here's a bit the area. Oh, time to cross real quick. So many cool stands here. Coconuts. So what I really enjoyed about our time in KL, we definitely stayed in many different areas. Like we started in the area of Chinatown, let's say, not far away from the KL tower, you know, the one that looks like a ball, the TV tower basically. And there we explored a bit the area, and from there was also a pretty quick walk to the Petronas Towers, I think like 30 minutes, something like that. So we explored all of that. Then actually we moved a bit outside of the city, because I had to do a little bit of editing. He had to work for a bit, and we're staying next to the Spaghetti Junction. Not sure what the area is called, but I guess if you look up the Spaghetti Junction, you're gonna see it's pretty far out of the city. But even there was pretty cool to stay. And what makes it so great is just the quality of the condos. All of our condos had a pool, a gym, super nice like leisure areas. We have to go to the right here, and just very chill, even outside of not outside of the city, but even further out from the center. That was pretty amazing. And now the last couple of days we stayed in Brickfields, again new area, and it looks super cool. We have a bunch of cool buildings here. Let me show you actually. Oh, that's a church. That's cool. Didn't see that before. And yeah, I got a little bit distracted by the surroundings, but as I said, in general, just the condos made it so much better. Also, the last morning here spent by the pool, you saw it, it was super amazing just to chill and enjoy the views. I feel like where you're staying has a huge impact on how you perceive a city. Ooh, so there was a little traffic there, so I had to look at the cars for a bit, but basically I think if you're staying in an amazing place, it definitely ups the vibe of the entire trip. And even if you're not in so nice streets, everything just seems better because you have an amazing place to stay. And yeah, here we can see down there is the Little India, but honestly I'm just burning right now. I think I have a couple of clips here and there from previous days to show you, but it's honestly pretty cool. But right now it's just way too hot, so you have a bunch of stalls with clothes, with food, pretty cool. You have a Bollywood sign back there, that's really fun. And actually yesterday I was hoping to film an entire video about the Little India area, but unfortunately my card got swallowed in an ATM. I was super sad, really panicking a bit because I'm traveling for a while. And of course I want to have my physical card. A bit loud here. So obviously we tried getting it back. We called the customer service. Actually people in the mall working there lent us their phone because I cannot call with my phone. I have an eSIM, but it's not working for calls for some reason. And we went also into the bank of the ATM basically, and they were like, oh, this is not our branch, we cannot do anything about it, you have to go to the person or to the bank managing the branch of the ATM. And I was like, well, where can I find that? And like they couldn't answer me properly, which was a very frustrating situation. So what happened is it said I had the wrong PIN after 2 tries. Usually you have 3 tries, and also I'm 100% sure it was the right PIN, like 1,000,000% sure. I'm very good with numbers, and I'm just so sure it's the right PIN. And later I also checked it. Definitely it was the right PIN. So I'm thinking it was maybe an ATM malfunction, you know, maybe the buttons, maybe the sensors. Who knows, it sometimes happens. But yeah, I couldn't withdraw any money. I do have euros with me, so we can exchange it at the counter, but we're just so tired, so fried. And then I also had pretty bad pain. So the entire start into my world trip has been a bit so-so. I felt super sick. Oh, wait. Let me just first show you this beautiful arcs here. This is a beautiful feature of the Little India area. So yeah, yesterday we ended up at the doctor. I was just in so much pain. First time doctor outside of my home country. We're gonna see how it goes, you know, because it's a private clinic. Could be pricey, but I think it's even like private clinics are gonna be cheaper than in Europe. Ooh, so we survived the dentist. It was generally a pretty nice experience. I mean, as nice as the dentist can get. It was pricey. I paid 220 euro. After converting, it was like over 1,000 Malaysian ringgit, but I think he did a good job. Reviews were good. I also asked him about many extra things, like any other cavities that could transform into something worse, so he cleaned that up as well. He did some extra fillings here and there. So overall, for so many extra services, dope. Like in Europe, if you're asking like, oh, can we clean this, can we clean that, you're gonna probably need to get an extra appointment. He took all the time for me. We did multiple x-rays also for my future visits. In 2 weeks I have to figure out where to go to finalize the treatment. But yeah, just yesterday was a whole mess with the ATM, with the dentist, honestly, just so draining. But here the area looks pretty cool, and we're almost at the mall. Wow, and the smells here are truly amazing, and it's just so interesting. On the right you have like pretty old buildings, a lot of like shops and small stalls. On the other side you have like this huge modern mall. Pretty interesting. 7-Eleven, KK, but we're going here. Yeah, so what's super convenient obviously in a big city are the 7-Elevens, and they also have here KK Mart and Bila Bila and just things like that. Just super convenient. At every condo we had one at the bottom of the building, and you honestly can always grab a snack or whatever you need. And ooh, I'm just so hot. We're currently in like a bridge going into the mall. We want to look for postcards. We have been looking for postcards all over the city, but we couldn't find any, because at first I was thinking to collect magnets, but now I'm thinking postcards would be nice. I don't know many people who are collecting postcards, so we'll see. Maybe I find one. And it's super loud here. Wow. Here we have a Family Mart. Ah, that's so cute. Beautiful flowers, just a bunch of stalls, everything you can imagine. Pretty fun. And of course the fancy stores. Down here in the mall you have a area to buy clothes. pretty cool, beautiful decoration, and I see all sorts of things. Pretty fun. Suitcases in the back there. We have made it to Taipo. I've read that they have postcards. I hope some Malaysia themed and not only like birthday stuff, but they already look pretty nice. Super sad, that was a disappointment. They do have pretty nice like stationery things like pencils and stuff like that, but we haven't seen many souvenir shops. Maybe we're in the wrong areas, but every time we would walk into a souvenir shop it was just magnets and a bunch of like statues, bracelet, but no postcards yet, so that's sad. Maybe we find one at the central station itself, you know, it's connected to the mall here, or at the airport worst case, but it's always cooler to buy it in the city itself. Entering one of our favorites, supermarkets. And so while staying in this area, Sam's Groceria has definitely been my favorite supermarket. It's slightly on the pricier side, like there's definitely more cheaper local supermarkets, but it just has such great options, especially like super cheap pre-cut fruits, which I honestly really love. It's just really convenient. Instead of like cutting up an entire pineapple, you just have it already there, you know. I'm a bit lazy sometimes, just like to be efficient, and just so many drinks and snacks and fruits and veggies. So if you're here in the area, check it out. Well, worst case, they have some magnets. Yeah, this one's pretty nice. So we got ourselves some snacks. I'm gonna show you in the train, I would say. And now we're going up to Family Mart because we actually haven't been in one yet. We've just been in other stores. And I think they might have some pretty nice sandwiches for the plane, so we're gonna check. Oh, here we are. Now this is what we're looking for. Look at all of these snacks here. I love things like that. I have to go to Japan ASAP. So I just found Whey isolate drinks, pretty nice. Sugar-free, only 64 calories and 16 grams of protein. I am sold. Not sure about the flavors though, but it's only $2, I think. We're going up to the station, planning to catch this one. We are entering the central station, guys. Pretty cool, super dark, but I love the decorations. I've never seen such a big fan before. I hope it's doing something at least. Yeah, so here it's pretty dark, also pretty warm unfortunately. But let's find our tickets. Wow, they have pretty modern screens. Let's see. Buy tickets. I think it's KL International Airport, Terminal 2 or Terminal 1. Can you check? We're flying with Scoot, so it's Terminal 2. Always make sure to check. Per seat, 110. How much is that real quick? That's fine, 10 euros. Cheaper. Is it cheaper than the taxi? So we have a little dilemma because I really wanted to try the KL Rabbit, but it is 110 RM and Bolt is only 69. It's even cheaper than Grab. So now we're like, I kind of love to save money. I don't know. I also want to try it. So after all, we decided to get the more expensive KLIA Express because I think it's going to be a nicer route. Definitely no traffic. I just hope it's air conditioned because if it's stiffy and we have no seat, I'm going to hate myself. But it's 250 more per person euros, so I think we're going to be fine. And we're already here, like for the Bolt or Grab, we would have to go out, wait for it. And yeah, train is in 10 minutes, so let's go. Nice. You're breaking everything? 10 minutes, guys. That's nice. I'm just so excited to sit. I'm truly so tired. My tooth hurts a bit. Did I tell you the entire dentist story? Not sure, but we're gonna sit down now, have a little bit of a recap of our time in Kuala Lumpur. So we have a spot and it is air conditioned. The only thing that's already pissing me off is the glass has like a little dot tint. I was wanting to take videos and everything, so now it's all gonna look not so nice, but I hope we're gonna see. So our view is mostly just palm trees, but I am enjoying them. As our first snack, we already ate half, but crab sticks, pretty nice. Have a little bit of protein, so good. So we have made it out. We jumped out at level 2, I think. And then there's 3 more levels. One level is an entire mall. You have like so many stores to shop, like H&M I saw, just fun. You can spend a lot of hours here, like it's a proper mall. Whew. Outside, oh, back there you can see the starting lane, and behind it you have a bunch of palm trees, which is pretty fun. And yeah, so now we're on level 3 where the departures are, and I have never seen so many just like food courts, food halls, just so many restaurants in the airport. This one has a lot of food options, so if you're coming here early like we do, there's things to do. And this looks pretty beautiful. We have lots of nature elements. Departures. So here's future Alex. Unfortunately, I couldn't finish the video at the airport. I'm gonna spare you the details, but basically I threw up. Still not sure what the reason was, but the flight to the next destination wasn't nice. Threw up again. I would have loved to give you a recap at the airport, still with the fresh feelings and so on, but now a couple stops ahead, I feel like I can give you pretty good nuanced opinion on what the whole issue was. So on the one side, of course, the health that I've been teasing throughout this whole video, you know, the tooth situation, but also the sickness when I first landed in KL. Just feel like it's so many factors that add on to one another. On the one side, you know, I just have been feeling sick, and there's many comments under my videos like wishing me to get well and just talking about like get it checked already. Just want to leave it out in the open if you have watched until now. Usually I post my videos a couple weeks later, so what looks like a week later, 2 weeks later to you usually happens within like days, so it's back to back. And I did get it checked out, so everything is fine now, I hope. But just back there, I just wanted to see the city, and I just kept taking like my medicine, and it got better. But then the tooth flared up, and also with the tooth, you know, I already showed it, I kind of pushed it back because I was scared about the prices and so on. But looking back, I just wished I would have gotten the treatment right away, you know. So this is the one mistake that has been already very obvious throughout this video. And due to my health, we had to cancel some plans. You know, we didn't want to just stay in KL for 2 weeks. I wanted to see Georgetown and also other like islands and more different areas of Malaysia. And also there's way more to see in KL, but instead of exploring the entire day, after like a couple of hours, I was just so tired and I wanted to go back to our room. So that's kind of the experience of KL, but I still like the city so much, and we can always come back to Malaysia and explore more, so there's no hard feelings there. But the other mistake that I just wanted to share quickly as a person who just started traveling full-time is honestly booking too far in advance. So I had the plane ticket to our next destination booked like over a month before. We haven't even made it to Southeast Asia because it was like 15 euros per person. Because I thought, well, 2 weeks in Malaysia is gonna be enough. You know, it's rainy season. We're just gonna hop around a bit and then continue our way into hopefully a bit less rainy areas, and then we can come back when it's less rainy in Malaysia. And that's also still what's true and what's fine. But you know, you never know what happens, and maybe you have to stay longer in the country. So I personally really love being flexible and spontaneous. So that's one takeaway for me. Like, we just had to pack up our things and leave Kuala Lumpur without feeling fully fulfilled, at least me. I felt like there was so much more to see and to explore. And I don't know, generally I just feel like I have been working so much the past months. And I honestly believe that when you have been piling up so much, the second you relax a little bit, it all comes crashing down on you. So I feel like that's kind of what happened there. And we will be back in Malaysia, but that's just on why I had to leave and what was the mistake that I made. And we have almost made it to the end of the video, and I just want to say a quick thank you for watching until here and just supporting my journey with all of its ups and downs. And if you find the time, maybe check out my Patreon. It's a platform where you can just support me directly, either via donation or subscription. I try to share a bit more behind the scenes there.
just content that wouldn't make it to YouTube or just very delayed, you know, also with the whole dentist situation and just also funny behind the scenes moments. So yeah, maybe check it out, and if you have any wishes, let me know down below. And yeah, this crazy time in Kuala Lumpur has come to an end. Just looking back, so many fun memories. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did, and well, I'll see you again in the next one.